All right, folks, look, there's 2 plants now because we're eventually going to get that empire off the ground. But today, I got a treat for you guys. Actually, I got a couple things I need to fix, but I also have a treat for you guys. So we're going to do something like we've never done before. You know, we've always done the off-road builds. You got like the drag builds, just a bunch of speed demons. We're going to go with the Franken car, and also I have no clue what's going on with the suspension here. It looks a little odd. So what I mean by Franken car, I want just a ridiculous, it's going to have like drag slicks in the back, off-roads in the front. We're going to mix the suspension up. We're going to upgrade the performance, and we're going to go jump the biggest jump in the game, which is over by the rally track, and we're going to see how much air we get. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why? Well, my answer is, why not? I've got the money right now. You can see I have $92,000. I get about $50,000 every Sunday, and I've got another trailer that we're going to be able to turn in a couple days. So, other than like paving the road and waiting for the bunker, like, I got to spend the money on something, right? Oh, also, I saw the comments going, wait, where's he at? Leo, really sleeping under the tire? That's not the way to do it, buddy. Everybody was saying, you got to go buy him the golden bowl. So you know what? Get in the car, Leo. I got to do it. You got to do it for the boy. So yeah, we're going to go pick up some parts. I did miss that there's no brakes on the rear of this vehicle. I totally missed that last episode. I'm not going to acknowledge that I missed that, but I totally missed that. So we're going to replace those. Let's see. So I need those. I've got some parts here. Do I have a right and a left? Oh, I've got 2 rights. So I need a left performance caliper. Also, I do have coilovers. I think I'm going to put coilovers in the back. I'm going to leave the fronts as an off-road suspension. This is about experimenting today, folks, if you haven't guessed that. And then, hold on, let's check what else I need. I'm pretty sure I need a performance ECU because the only thing I have are stock ones. And we gotta replace the whole motor in here. Like, it's going to be a whole thing. So there's a lot of building to do, a lot of pointless building to do. But while we wait on the plants, I feel like this is going to be a fun build. It's going to be something different. And then stay tuned because we're going to launch the thing and probably meet Jesus. So I promise not to launch it while Leo's in the vehicle. I know everybody wants to make sure Leo's okay. So what do you say? Wait, I hope that VIP room isn't more than... No, it's like 10,000, isn't it? It's not 100,000, I don't believe. Yeah, we're going to head over there. We'll get that taken care of. But I know I should be paving the other side of the road, but money's so easy right now. I could get that done next Monday. So I'll let another Sunday pass because I feel like, oh my goodness. Wow. Now that was impressive. Oh, yeah, we should have died there. As I was saying, I feel like when I turn in another trailer, my next Sunday payout's probably going to be closer to like 70 grand. So, yeah, we're going to have the money to be able to pave the rest of the road. Easy peasy. And the thing is, once we do get the bunker, we'll probably have so much money saved up, unless I keep doing pointless builds, that, yeah, I'll be able to unlock everything at once. Oh, tight squeeze, sorry. Coming through. So, by the way, if you guys are excited for some more Mon Bazou on the channel, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. I know we're kind of milking it right now when it comes to content, but we got to wait for the plants. You know what? I've never really done... I mean, I've done stupid builds, don't get me wrong, but I've never really done this. Let's go to the Rogers first. Leo, I'm going to get you the golden bowl, but let me make sure I've got enough money for the parts, which there's no way I don't have enough money for the parts. By the way, feel free to come in if you want to go pee on Roger's shelves. I feel like I've spent enough money that you are entitled to do that, so go ahead and do your worst there. You know what? We should probably back this up to the front door. It's going to make this easier. You know, Roger probably sees me come in and goes, oh my goodness, he's about to spend even more money on pointless items. But he's not going to say anything because he's like, heck yeah, I'm making a bunch of money off this idiot. You know, we're going to need the frankenbuild to be light, so I don't have a carbon on there right now. I'm going to need to buy one of these. So frankenbuild, nice and light. So let's grab that. Let's get the performance. We'll just do the normal performance engine. It's going to be $5 grand there. Let's see. That was an OEM build, so I probably should put a sports seat in. I want to make it nice and lightweight. Another thing I thought about doing was putting the wide bodies, the fenders on just the rear, not the front ones. Just having them on the rears. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. So that's fender right. It's these pieces right here. So that would mean that I need to change the spacer on the front because I want the rears to poke out just a little bit more. So I'll probably go down on a spacer for the fronts. So let's put that in there. Do I need to do the... I think I need to do the rear bumper, so we'll do that. I'm going to keep the front bumper off. I kind of like that look, especially for like a frankenbuild. I got the brake that I need. All right, put that back there. I might as well go ahead and put the NOS system on there because we just need straight line power. Like, I need this thing to just rip and we're going to jump. So that's really it. I know it sounds counterintuitive, the whole fact that we're going to be at the racetrack or the rally track where it's dirt, but you can, I think, use the driveway as a lead up. So it's all asphalt. I don't think it's going to matter when we hit the grass or the dirt. So we should be able to launch ourselves. We might clear the fence. If I remember the layout right, there's a chance that's going to happen. Also, we're going to need the assistance of a turbo here. So let's get the turbo manifold. Oh my goodness, this is kind of pricey, isn't it? Okay, toss that right there. All right, let's go ahead and get the race exhaust on there. Do I need to swap? I mean, that should be it for the speed portion. Oh, come on, you need to set. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I should just set it down in there. All right, there you go. No more throwing it. Okay, so we have the speed. Transmission. I've got the transmission. I got the coilovers there. I don't need those. We got some of the lightweight parts. I probably need to do... Ooh, what spacer was I buying last time? I'm thinking like a 50 mil for the fronts. So we'll put those on. And honestly, I think that should be it for power. Last but not least, I've got to buy one more wheel with drag slicks on the back. Do we match or do we go with something different here? I'm pretty sure I have these on the front. Do we have a small version of those? The closest one would be these. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine. I put that on there. And then grab one more. I'll come back for paints on the way to the racetrack once I figure out like what all the parts look like on there. It's fine. We just spent $20,000 to just jump to our death. I love this game. I love that you can do stupid stuff like this. I'm not sure I can fit all this. Can I close? Oh, dear. We're going to have to go nice and slow home because I can't close that. All right, Leo, you might want to jump in. It's pretty tight in here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, we're going to have to go nice and slow. Let's keep it in like fourth gear and just slowly roll this way. Oh my goodness, there's no way we get home with all these parts. Probably should have had the bed closed. It's fine. All we got to buy over here is a golden little bowl, and then maybe I'll go get me some food. Actually, I think I have food at the house. I better buy a little bit more poutine. You know, if I would talk to Mom, I can unlock that, but that would also mean I'd have to plant potatoes, and I have a hard enough time keeping any plants alive. Okay, let's go do one of the most pointless things in the game, but it's just like hey, you've got money. Hey, I like you. How are you, Melanie? Hey, I'd like to unlock the VIP. It's 10,000, right? Oh, man, look how pointless this son of a... It's such a waste of money. Also, wait, is that usable? Anybody that's actually bought the big spanner, can I use that to take parts off? Where's the, oh, there it is, the dog bowl. How about just one? Let's just do one. I need to save the rest of the money. That way I can eventually, maybe put the freaking road in. All right, we've made it home. Let's go ahead and get Leo out. Hold on, we gotta set Leo up first. All right, Leo, get out the car, please. Where's your bowl at? Oh my goodness, it might be. Oh, there it is. Grab it. Look at that. I think we had to put the food in there because I feel like that makes the most sense. Finally, golden bowl. There you go, buddy. All right, so let's make this car ugly. I thought about even stripping off the doors. Weight savings. I mean, you could strip everything off and have the ultimate weight savings, but we got to have some parts on there. I don't know. I'm undecided about the doors. So what we need to do, I need to get the rear tires off. Now, some might be questioning why I'm doing the adjustable coilovers. I'm thinking because I want to make the rear of the vehicle a little taller. So I want to try to match. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep the originals. I'll have to put it on first to really get a feel for what it's going to look like. But yeah, we need to take these tires off on the rears. These things are ridiculous looking. They're way too tall. Okay, so we get those off. So we need to put our brakes on. Oh my goodness, I must be missing a bolt in here. Yeah, it's one thing I don't like about these tires is that you can't actually see the bolts. Like you have to highlight them. You can't see them from plain sight. Okay, so this will come off, and then this will come off. Let's get our brakes on. That's one crucial part that I was missing. Okay, let's go left brake on. All right, so we got brakes on. We need to pull the bumper off. We'll work on the front altogether, but let's go ahead and just complete the... Oh, that's not the bumper. Where's the bumper piece at? There it is. Yeah, let's do like front to back here. That way I can try to be as thorough as possible with this and not miss anything. All right, so the bumper needs to come off. I got to sort my parts pile out. It's a little ridiculous. All right, so there's the wide body there. And then this is this fender here. And then we've got the other fender. I just wanted to do the rears. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Dodge Demon. Not the, is it the newer one? I think it's the first version of it only had wide body rears. Actually, it might be the newest one that only has wide body rears. The front fenders are like normal. So I kind of like that in a sense, that it just makes the front and the back different from each other. So that's why I'm going with these. Okay, so fenders are installed. Bumper, I believe does that get bolted in with that second bolt, or do I have to do an additional bolt here for it? Oh, okay, it's an additional bolt. Okay, so that's all secured. So that's what the rear is gonna look like, and then we're gonna put the slicks on there. The coilovers, my thought process was making them super tall. I mean, you could keep the off-roaders on there. I don't know, would it launch better with the off-roaders? Maybe I should keep those on there and just test them. I know it's gonna be a little odd. Hold on, let me mock up the tire real quick. This is a pretty big tire. Is it gonna set higher in the front though? Yeah, honestly, no. If anything, maybe like the little bit of the rubber is going to set the front end higher. Hold on, let's put that on there real quick. Let's see. My thought process was if we did the adjustables, I could probably compensate for the height that it's going to be missing out of the front. I don't think I'll know until I set it on the ground. So let me go ahead and put these back on real quick, these slicks, and then we'll see what happens. Why is there a big bolt down here? Did I undo a big center bolt? No. Okay, maybe it was just sitting on the ground. Okay, out of curiosity, let's drop it real quick. We'll see how it actually sets. All right, so let's go. Boom. Is it going to be taller in the front than the rear? Honestly, no. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's about how it should be. Maybe it's a tad. Maybe it is a tad. What the heck was Leo doing? He was sliding across the ground there. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go ahead and put the adjustable coilovers on. Also, we have to take the front tires off to get the new spacers on to make it a little less wide in the front. And like I said, folks, this might not work at all. This is simply just like an experiment. And the whole fact that I really just want to jump it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to working on the rear. I just want to get these off to remind myself spacers. So I think I could do this without taking the tire off. I think I'm fine there. Also, yes, the bolts are mismatched. Well, I mean, it's a Franken car. I think they should be mismatched, but it'll probably bug me enough in a little bit to fix that. So what we're going to do here, I need to unbolt. There should be... Isn't there a... Oh, hold on. It's not just the 3 bolts on the top, which I can undo them from here. There's a bottom bolt that I believe are holding these on. I think it's these 2 here. They just look odd because they're setting so low. So if I go boom, boom, will that make it to where I can take the coilovers out? I believe it will. There we go. All right, so coilovers, the rally ones are out in the rear. We're going to keep the fronts. That way it hopefully absorbs the impact whenever we jump and land. Also, I need to check my settings on this. This is where I should be able to make the rears a little taller. So that's my goal at least. All right, slot up into here, please. Oh no, I don't have to take stuff off, do I? You would feel like if you could take them off, you could slot a new one in without having to like get rid of everything else. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. All right, so you can connect them in. Good. Okay, so while we're doing that, also, let's get spacers off real quick. We'll just stick these over here. I'm going to do an episode of organizing my garage. I don't know if that's going to be an entertaining video or if it's going to get any views, but I feel like for my sanity, I'm going to have to do that soon. All right, let's stick these fronts here. That way I remember. And then I need to bolt down the coilovers in the back. We'll probably set it on the ground. I think I can do most of the engine stuff while it's low on the lift. But I want to make sure that the suspension is setting right. So we got those. Go and slap those bad boys. That way they're not as wide. They're still going to be a little bit wide, but it's not going to be too bad. All right, let's bolt all this back together. Okay, back is all bolted together. So I'm going to adjust the ride height. Let's go to maybe like 45. Actually, heck, I might need to go higher. Well, it's not going to compress as much unless I want it to. Let me set the ride heights to 45 real quick. And then we'll see when it sets on the ground about what it needs to look like. But there we go. All right, so the rear section's done. Brakes are bolted down. That's good to go there. I do need to install the NOS kit real quick, which is, it's easy. Just got to put in a couple bolts. So we'll put that in there. I've got a bolt pack over here that I can use. And then, yeah, we'll move to the front. The front's going to take a little bit more time because we are doing an engine swap, of course. But we're getting there. It's getting close. I just need to make sure I empty out that bed, so that way I know I put every part on. Is it just one bolt? It might just be one bolt. Hold on, let's get our NOS tank in real quick. Okay, she officially has NOS in it. All right, let's go ahead and... Oh, let me bolt the fronts back on before I let it set on the ground, just in case stuff decides. Actually, I think parts only fall off whenever you start the car, but still. Okay, down. Let's see what happens. It might set... Oh, on. No, it's not bad. It does need to go up a little more in the rear, I think. But that's pretty close. So maybe just we'll put it up to 50 in the rears, just to try to match it a little bit. And then, like I said, I'm going to have to soften up the springs, I think, a little bit. Well, I don't think you want to go too soft, though, because like it's going to need to be able to absorb the impact of hitting that jump. You know, now that I think about it, this might be the dumbest thing that we've ever done. All right, let's go ahead and drop. Actually, there's probably something worse than what this is. Like... This might actually turn out to be kind of cool. I don't know. Okay, here comes the fun part. So we need to swap out all the stuff in the front. So take that, or open that up there. I know I just colored this. Should I keep it the same color since it's something else? Should I maybe change that? I don't know. All right, let's get the hood off first real quick. Also, I do get to strip the interior for weight savings. And I missed a side mirror last episode. I saw the comments about that. They're like, he did all this and he didn't paint the side mirrors. I mean, I did worse. The whole fact that I didn't have brakes on the rear, so I would say that's a little worse. Oh, I forgot about the exhaust. I'm gonna have to go back up on the lift in order to get that thing in. That one's it's not tricky, but you just gotta have access to the right bolts. And I don't think I can do that without being on the lift. Okay, well, we'll do that here in a second. I need to go ahead and just start undoing bolts here and hope that I can just make this engine fall out. Okay, there those go. Hold on. I think I can get the transmission bolts from here. At least I think I can get them all. It's gonna be a little tricky. I might have to go back up on the lift. The transmission, this one, since it goes towards the back, it's the hatchback that kind of sets sideways. I'd say it's a little easier to get to. Hold on, that might be the last one right there. Hold on, there's that. And there's an exhaust bolt, I think, behind it. All right, let's go. Boom. There goes the engine. There goes everything just fell out of it. All right, now let's go up. Oh, actually, this is not going to work unless the arms are back under it again. Leo, I love how you put yourself in the possible, like, worst spots ever. Like, that just... Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yep, it almost just fell off the lift. Everything should fall out the bottom, though. Yep, there it goes. All right, so we'll move all this. Let's go ahead and get the new stuff in. We got a mess in here. It's borderline embarrassing, but you know what? It's fine. Okay, engine's in. I need to go ahead and get that exhaust out too. Let me bolt the engine mount bolts in first, and then I should be able to strap everything else to it. So it's that one there. Get the transmission back on too while I'm up on the lift. Okay, here comes OEM exhaust. Go ahead and put that over there in the big parts pile that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with. Okay. You know, maybe we should stick the parts in the shed. That'd kind of get them out of sight. Maybe we can... I don't know if there's enough... Maybe there is enough area in there to, like, organize it. That would be kind of cool. Because, yeah, my garage at one point was actually just pristine. Like, it was in really, really good shape. And now you look at it and it's like, what in the heck is going on over here? All right, so let's get that one in there. And then let me get the transmission back up in here and bolt it down. And then I'll connect everything. Actually, I could probably put the turbo and stuff on. From down here. Gosh darn it, I keep getting stuck under the arm. There we go. All right, so let's grab the turbo. ECU will be in, actually any interior in ECU will be, that's all last. All right, so let's put this. Actually, this can mount until the other part is on. Okay, let's come back down. I should be able to install the rest of the parts in here now. All right, so we got to put the turbo on. Actually, that goes this side, I believe, and then it should hook down. At least I think it does. Oh, there it goes. All right, so we got that. Can I put the intercooler? There's the intercooler, and then you have the turbo manifold here. All right, so let's bolt these down. That's the performance parts I needed. We're actually almost done here. It's not too bad. I thought this was gonna take a little bit longer, but I feel like I've taken apart a lot of these cars like so many times that it's almost like muscle memory at this point. Like, well, at least somewhat. I mean, I obviously do miss quite a few parts, especially, you know, your brakes and simple stuff like that. But yeah, I think like the engine and then like the interior, a lot of that's muscle memory. Okay, I was talking a big game about muscle memory. Did I actually just get I think I got it all bolted. All right, let's pop open the side door. It's getting a little dark out here. Actually, let's wait for the morning. I'm gonna go and pick up my food. Oh, I forgot about it in here. That's fine. Yeah, we'll do this tomorrow. Our plants, oh, these are growing up fast. I need to go get some more planters. You know, maybe this isn't gonna take that long. Okay, it's the morning and these are ready to harvest. All right, so let's just keep this going. Boom, boom. How many do I have now? So that's 2. Okay, so it combined them again. So is that really the max that you can get out of that is 2? I guess it is. All right, so what do we got here? We're at 33%. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Do the seeds at the windmills, I would think they do respawn. I wonder how often they respawn. I probably should be revisiting those and trying to see if I can get some extra seeds just to speed this whole process along a little bit more. Okay, let's get the ECU out real quick. We'll put the new performance one in. We're going to do a parts check. What else is in the back of this? It's really, I think it's just a seat. So I just got to strip the interior a little bit. And then this build, whatever you want to call this thing, it's going to be ready to go. Okay, I did a couple adjustments on the ECU real quick. Let me go ahead and strip the seats out of here for weight savings and maximum air time. Leo is not riding because, oddly enough, people would probably get mad, be like, oh, you're putting the virtual dog in danger, so I'm not going to do that. Even though I think Leo would have a blast flying over the jump. Actually, I could be wrong about that. How do I get these? Ooh, I gotta figure that out. How's that rear seat like bolted into here? I honestly don't know. What I should probably do, I should probably pull this back out real quick. Oh my goodness, it folded. It folded. Oh. Wait, why did the whole rear fall apart on this side? Huh? Was that big bolt on the ground? Was that holding the hub in? Wait, what? Huh. Hold on, folks. We have a temporary, we're going to call this a miscalculation. What did I screw up back here? I mean, it's plainly obvious that something fell apart, but how do I put it back together is the question. Hey, at least it did that here, not on the road. Oh, yeah, what it was, it's the bearing. The bearing fell out. So that big bolt that was on the ground, that should have been a telltale that, like, hey, that's the bearing bolt. This one right here. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, I can fix this really easy. Okay, she's on the ground now. Hold on, let's back her out real quick. Oh man, we should have a performance wheel on here. Oh, she's loud. Gotta love that performance exhaust, or the race one. Oh yeah, yep, she's a loud one. Honestly, it sets pretty good. Like, it doesn't look really off. Of course, I mean, it's gonna be off with the back tires being, wider than the fronts. But I think it's kind of a cool look. Real quick, let me see if I can get these out. I'm just gonna use the adjustable here. Where are the bolts? I actually think they just set, I think it's only 2 bolts. So all I want to do is just take it out. Okay, get this out, and then, hold on. Is it just, oh yeah, it's just these 2. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, it's gonna be some weight savings there, and let's just get our performance seat. Or the sports seat in, and then boom, she's about ready to go. Okay, there that is. All right, we're about to prove how good or bad my logic was with this build. Hold on, let me pop in a save. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might fly and die. So yeah, I want to be prepped for that, just in case I don't want to keep that part of the save. All right, so plants are watered. Leo, wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. This thing is probably gonna be uncontrollable. I don't know, those slicks in the back do surprisingly well with this car. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. What have I created? Hold on. How does it feel? Oh, yeah, it definitely has no traction on the dirt here, which is not really important. Like I said, I believe the driveway, I should be able to shoot across. There is one hump in front of it, though. Hopefully that's not too bad. Man, this looks stupid. It's stupid, but kind of cool. I was tempted to strip the doors off it, too, but I decided that I'm going to keep those. Man, this thing would rip around a drag strip, though. Like, I could feel the power, especially on the road here. Like, it is pretty instant. And I'm in third right now. If we go down here, let's grab... actually, we'll wait until we get into town, then we'll grab first gear. Let's just hope the cop isn't over there. Oh, no! I'm missing a bolt on my NOS. I can see it bouncing around. I thought there was 2 bolts in there. You know, nah, it's fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to really use it. I mean, I could bolt it down. I could stop by Rogers real quick and just bolt it. Oh, yeah. That thing's got power, but I need more power. So let's go here. Did my brakes stayed on, right? Wait, do I not have... Oh, I've got normal brakes in the front. I don't have performance brakes. I mean, you don't need brakes when you're just going to hit a jump and fly, so... Roger, I need an adjustable... You got an adjustable one over here, right? Like a little wrench? I'm almost 100% sure you've got one in here somewhere. Hold on. Where is it at, Roger? Just point me in the right direction. I needed that, a bolt pack. Man, I might be just stupid, but I could have swore he had... I know the other guy's got one. You have a wrench in here. There's no way you don't have a wrench in here. That's just a common part. It's just YouTube revision is kicked in, and I'm not seeing the wrench. I can go do this over at Jock's place. Also, as far as color, I had a lot of people say they wanted to see something blue again. Let's buy a can here. Let's go ahead and spray this. That way we can match the fenders. Yeah, he's got to have one here. I feel like I'm looking at it too. I've probably passed over it several times. All right, let's do this. Also, thing that people did note about the paint, that I was like, oh, how do you keep track with the paint code? I think it says it on the can when you pick it up. So if you wanted to do a new one, also I don't know what I was painting there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need another can of this. It might have been like a lot of times I'll drag the little color thing over to one side and one corner, so I might not need the code, but still. Oh yeah, it does. 2700 FF. All right. Yeah, it actually does make that quite a bit better. All right, I need a. So I think I'm gonna paint the side mirrors. I'm gonna make sure they're both black. I painted the one blue over there, but I actually think I need to break up the build a little bit. Also, I accidentally painted the wing a little bit, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. By the way, my NOS tank did stay back there, so I can go over to Jock's real quick and just bolt it. Okay, other than a couple screwed up bolts, that's what she looks like right now. This is the rocket. All right, let's crank her back up here. Okay, and oh my goodness. Ooh, yep. It's definitely not the most stable thing, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. We're about to make it even more unstable once we finish putting this NOS tank in here. Yeah, this thing's like a hybrid, like half off-roader, half drag racer. It makes no sense at all. Let's grab this, and then, hey, I need to buy, like, this is like the third one that I bought, but it's okay. I've got the money. I'm not worried about it. You know, somebody's like, well, you don't need to buy that. You know what? I do. I have the money. Where did oh, that didn't fly out, did it? No, it's up here in the front. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I thought I saw 2 bolts with this, and I indeed was right. I guess when I was bolting it down, I had it up, so I couldn't really see it. Oh, no, I needed one more of these. And then, yeah, we're going to go jump. Wish me luck. All right, Jock, this might be the last time you see me alive. Let's go power to level 3. It is armed. I'm going to confirm with this, make sure I got my spray button right. Oh, I've got the parking brake on. Hold on, there we go. All right, so take off. Is that? Oh, yeah, I believe that's spraying. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can hold on to this. It's going to be fine. Yeah, as soon as you spray anything, like, it's just instant wheel spin, even with the drag slicks, which is pretty insane. All right, let's not wreck on the way over here. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's good. I might need to redo some of the power levels. I did adjust the ECU a little bit. Okay, downshift. Oh, it looks so silly with the wide rears. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like the wide body look in the back, just having that. Also, by the way, that's the jump we're talking about. So I do have a little bit of lead up. Oh, the lead up doesn't line up with the driveway like I thought it did. Oh, I could do this. You know what? We got this. We're gonna attempt to launch ourselves out of the track here. Okay, back it up. This is the awkward moment. You probably should have left the off-roaders. Well, and we're gonna start on asphalt here. That's how I'm gonna justify this. Okay. Are we ready? And go. Okay, you're gonna lose some grip here. Oh my goodness, there's no grip here. Nope, you're definitely gonna be starting on the asphalt. Well, that's embarrassing. You know, I just wanted to put the rear slicks on here because I thought it would look cool, and now I'm regretting that. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Nope, this thing has 0 chill. Nope. It's an awkward moment where you have really... It's not even awkward. Oh, no. Did I get stuck against the... No, you stupid mother... On. Okay, we are no longer stuck. Why did I think this was going to work? Why do I feel like I should just go hit another jump? Just like start on the road and then launch and just see how far we can go. Yeah, I didn't think this through. For some reason, I thought that the drive or the track it had a long run up before you hit the rally track. So my thought process was we're gonna get the speed on the asphalt. Then once we transfer to the dirt, it shouldn't be that bad. That was a very flawed plan. That wouldn't be the first time, right? Okay, now I gotta go find something to jump, because I just want to see how much air we can get at full speed. Well, luckily, it looks like there's a berm over here. Oh, there's a field. Oh my goodness! That is not what I was thinking about when I said I wanted to hit this full... Oh, nope, that's not what I was wanting to do there. I forgot there's a ditch there. Dude, this just made my build so pointless. So some mistakes were made, and I feel like I should go throw those off-road tires back on real quick. I'm gonna go do that. You know, I feel like such a disappointment with not realizing that the lead up to the rally track wasn't paved. For some reason, I thought, oh, it's like the turns there, a part of the road course, and then you just swing right over, and that was not the case at all. So I'm gonna make a quick trip to the house. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed about what just happened, and we're gonna go put those off-road tires on. I want to get air. You know, the bad thing was it was trying the coilovers in the back were the adjustable ones. And just doing like a street mix in the back and doing the off-roading in the front. Now I'm like, well, I should have just kept the off-roading coilovers on all fours. Is there another jump that I'm not familiar with in this map? Like somewhere where you can go straight off the road, like at top speed, besides just a ditch? Like I'm talking like a natural hump in the road, or, well, there's the hump up here. But I don't think it'd be, you're just launching right into a mountain. You could go up and over, but no, that probably wouldn't work. Somebody's familiar with the map. Is there a really good jumping spot besides the rally track? Comment down below. I might have just wasted a ton of money today. I've shown back up at the house. Leo is probably looking at me like, what an idiot. And you know what, Leo, you got me there. I'd have to agree. Hold on, let me get the jack stands. I'm not even gonna put it up on the lift. All I gotta do is swap the tires out real quick. Probably should save my game again, now that I've painted it. And yeah, the mistakes were made today. You know, this isn't one of my brighter days that I've had. I haven't had many since I've been waiting and just grinding this game out. But I would definitely say that this isn't high up there. Like, you know, I probably could have just kept the off-road suspension and tires on and just motor swapped and then did the jump. But I wasn't thinking about that, obviously. Okay, back on with the big off-road ugly tires. That way I can get traction for the jump. I mean, we're still going to have an incredible amount of power when we hit it, so that is a thing. I'm probably just going to wait for tomorrow and let my anxiety go down. You know, now that I think about it, this might have been my most pointless episode yet. It's completely fine. All right, well, at least I think we have the proper setup now, except for the adjustable coilovers, but I don't think that's going to matter a ton here when it comes to getting the air. All right, sorry, Leo. I got to go. You definitely don't want to be riding with me. I've already proved many times that I'm not capable of functioning right. All right, let's test it out. She's still... Man, it is a little tricky on the dirt here. It's not going to hook up very well with this much power in the rear, I think, regardless of, like, suspension setup. It is a little stiff in the rear, but, I mean, no, it's still traveling quite a bit. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's like the ultimate trade-off. Like, the slicks are lovely for the roads, but as soon as you get in the dirt, it's just like ice, and then the off-roads suck on the roads, but you get in the dirt, it's like pretty decent. Hold on, where does that road have a jump on it over there? I don't think so. I think our best bet to get the air that we want is going to be at the rally track. But if anybody, like I said, if you know, I want to hit a jump that's not just me flying across a field and hitting a ditch on accident. Ooh, I didn't think about the little roads that come off these drives. If there's a nice, like, straight field, I could totally launch. That one's not very good. Yeah, if I could find one like that, I just want to see how much air we can get. It's the dumbest objective I've probably ever had, but I really want to do it. You know, honestly, now that I look at the vehicle, like it doesn't look bad now. Like it's pretty proper looking. It's just the whole goofiness that's happened so far with it. All right, let's go. Yeah, I think we're still going to try this at the rally track. Is this where I flew off last time? No, I think it might have been a little further down. Man, I probably should have put the strut bars on for this. Okay, I'm just trying to test out the speeds. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. You could put some traction back on, but I'm trying to do this without traction control. All right, here we go. Back at the track. That jump is going to be mine. Actually, the jump on the backside might be a little better to hit. I think the run-up's a little bit more, I would say less, maybe it's less bumpy. All right, here we go. So, say if we were to go in. Oh my goodness. There's no chill with this. Oh my goodness. Well, that wasn't really what I was wanting to do, but that kind of worked. You could see, man, maybe it'd be better to do this in the, oh geez. No, don't you get stuck down here. Don't you get stuck. It might honestly be better to do this in the hatchback, because I think the hatchback's definitely going to have more grip. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was really wanting to do it with the BMW that I've been tinkering with, but it's becoming pretty obvious that I don't think I'm going to be able to hook up here. Okay. Well, so let's start maybe in second gear. Let's see if we can get, oh my goodness. You're supposed to have grip. Okay. And, oh my, like you get air, but it's not what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for ridiculous, like Santa Goat, can we just get a ramp in the game? Like a movable ramp? Like that would solve all my issues here because, yeah, like everything's just, this car just has no grip. I might as well just send this one straight off into a wall. Last thing I can think of doing, I know one more spot here at the racetrack that I might be able to send this thing flying through the sky. So the racetrack here, when you go off, I'm pretty sure, isn't there a bump here? There's a little berm there that I might be able to hit, or I could go flying off this side. All right. Wait a minute, what about the end of the drag strip? Does that end in a bump? That'd be a, see, this is where I'm like, oh, I should have the slicks on now. I'm not gonna win this episode is what it is. This was a, I'm gonna call this a failed science experiment. The build looks cool, but the functionality is non-existent. That's what happens when you press the NOS on it. I don't know, folks. I feel like this was a bust of a build here. I'm very disappointed in myself so far. Now it's like if I would have kept the slicks on, if I'm going to use the racetrack, I probably could have done this a little bit easier. Yeah, dude, as soon as I press the NOS button, it's gone. It needs traction control, I think. All right, this is going to be the final attempt. We're going to have to give it some traction back. You know, maybe this will help for the... Does it really help for the off-roading? I mean, it is traction control. I'm also running low on fuel. I'm going to have to go fill it up. Hold on, let's just test it real quick. Okay, no, it's got, it's still no hookup. It needs to be on the dirt. Okay, got a little fuel into it. I didn't want to overfill it, don't make it too heavy. Okay, what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna try to ease through this. This is the run-up I thought I had, but I don't have this anymore. Okay, come on, baby. It's just, there's no traction here. Oh, this is just, that's it. Oh, and we're gonna flip again. Yeah. I think this was a bust of a build here, folks. Well, you know, I don't think you're going to be able to win them all when it comes to the builds in Mon Bazou. I definitely didn't win this one. This one just turned out to be just an incoherent mess of a build, and nothing is really working with each other like I thought it was going to. So I guess that's what it... I guess we're going to call that as a failed experiment, but I'm not going to give up on it. I still want to be able to build like a jumping machine. Because I have infinite money and I have nothing better to do with my money. So if you guys have any suggestions or maybe locations to hit, you might have to switch back to those slick rears. But yeah, let me know. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, even though I don't really know what it was. It was a weird one today, folks.